Hi, welcome to the workshop. My name is Jason. Today I'm going to teach you how to do your very first oil painting if you've never done one before. And in the process of doing that, I'm going to show you and paint with you these two mountains that you see here behind me. I'm doing this because my son, who's 14, asked me to. He told me that when he watches my videos, which he enjoys a lot, that he doesn't feel like those are things that he can accomplish, which the whole point of doing the videos was as a tutorial. And so if he doesn't know what he's doing, and if he doesn't know where to start, then the videos are pointless. So this is for the person who says to themselves, I would love to do what he's doing, but I have no idea where do I start? What colors do I need? What materials do I need? Where should I do it? What do I do if I make a mess or if I get a spill or something like that? So that's why I'm doing this today. So if someone's sitting there watching, like my son, saying that they're not artistic, I understand that. My mom said the same thing. She said that when she watched my most recent video, which was the video of me painting the Advent wreath, that I made it look so easy, and in her mind she was thinking to herself, there's no way I could ever do that. And the part that she really honed in on was the glow of the candles in that particular painting. So I found that ironic because doing that glow in that particular painting was so frustrating and so difficult and took so many tries for me to get to that point. And so she agreed with my son that if that's the case, if a guy like me fails as much as I do, and I'll prove it to you, I'll show you right now. But if a guy like me fails as much as that, she said, that's something that people would like to know, and then how do you overcome that, right? So that's why we're doing this series, to show you exactly what I did to get started. And then if this series is successful, I'll make additional videos and we can go from there. So to sum up, if somebody thinks they're not artistic and they think there's no way that I could ever paint, painting is one of those mediums where I think it's less about being artistic and more about figuring out a puzzle, how to decode a puzzle, how to decipher a puzzle. And let me explain just very briefly what I mean, and then I'll explain this more fully as we get into the actual painting that we're going to do today. When you look at this ball, you see lacrosse ball. But if you were to look at it for the purposes of painting it, you'd have to start seeing it as light gray, very light gray, white highlight, dark brown, gray, half sphere, and so on. Similarly, when you and I look at this, we see apple, but if we were to look at it for the purposes of painting, we have to see redness, white as a highlight, yellowness or yellow-green, and dark red or brown red here. And we just have to put those pieces together. Does it take practice to do it well? Of course. Anything that we do well takes practice, but it can be done. And so the purpose of this tutorial series is to show you exactly that. Why are we painting in the first place? Painting because people, I believe, have a deep sense of wanting to do something with their hands. Whether it's writing, whether it's playing an instrument, whether it's painting, drawing, knitting, whatever. We have these amazing extremities that can do incredible things, and for them to remain lifeless or useless, I think it defeats their purpose. There's a painter I like to watch online a lot. He's passed away, but he was one of the teachers of Bob Ross. His name's Bill Alexander, and if you've never seen him, I hope that you'll check him out after I mention him. But one of the things that he's emphatic about whenever he's teaching people in his tutorials is that painting makes us next to God. And I really like when he says that, because I think painting, I think he's right. I think painting mimics the Creator. When you're creating something like that and you're using your hands and you're making a world, you're making something out of nothing on this canvas, it's just like mimicking the Creator, or you are mimicking the Creator. And so it's this noble endeavor. Is it for everybody? No. So by the time we're finished, I hope that one of two things will happen. Either you will know that this is a medium that you want to pursue and work with further and fall in love with, or you'll know this isn't a medium that you love, but at least you'll know. I think one of the things about life that is sad and something that we should try to avoid whenever possible is, should I have tried? What if I had done this thing? And I know a lot of people that I talk to, friends, family alike, say to themselves, I would love to get started in oil painting, but I could never do that. And so my hope is that if we start with just a few simple supplies at a very, very minimal cost, starting with exactly what I started with back in 2016, that you'll at least know, is this something I want to do further, or is this something that is just not for me? So the outline of this series is as follows. This is the painting that we're going to be working on. It's a composition that I've had great success with in 2 other classes with students. And in both cases, the students walked away with things that they were very, very proud of, and my hope is that you'll be able to do the same. I'm going to walk you through every single step of the process. So in part 2, I will show you the materials that you need in order to make this painting. And then in part 3, I will show you how to set up your space so that you can do that painting without ruining your home or any other place that you care about. And then in part 4, we'll actually get started with the painting in earnest. All of these parts are going to be cut down to their bare minimum length so that if you know something already, you can skip ahead. I will title them and describe them well in the description underneath the video. So if there's anything where you say to yourself, I already know that, by all means, skip ahead to the feature of the painting process that you want more instruction on, or that you want further instruction on. But for those of you who are starting from scratch and have no idea where to begin, by all means, join me next time for part 2, the materials that you need.